Ignite Gaming is a little bit down. And of course, you know, especially rookies like them, like Utah. Well, technically Utah is already
Zach
made
as
this.
well.
Who said there are no shortcuts in
MPL
life?
for some
I
time
literally
already.
invented
Zach,
one.
Blade. Technically, these two players are pretty new to the MPL scene, and yeah, you really need. Hopefully, somebody is actually taking a step up to basically start communicating.
Actually,
Already got him lined up in my
Blade
sight.
was in the sub for EVOS. Was it EVOS or was it
Your team is all that matters.
I remember it was Potato's team. I remember there was one time that he was a sub.
Oh, it's a different blade. It's a different blade. Yeah, this is a different blade. There are two blades. There are two blades in MPL. This is the young blade, and that's the old blade.
Old blade.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw old blade before. But have you seen before Bay? Beyblade.
I thought you called me Bay. And I got confused a little bit as I blinked at you I looked in your eyes and like, why are you trying to go there? Hey, Bay. Anyways, Ignite Gaming going for the ban on CC chip and also the 1-1. Whereas Kingdom Esports bans away the Atlas once again. That's something that Utah loves to play. The Kimi and the Kalia also got taken away by the side of Kingdom Esports. First pick once again, Yishin Shin. Is it go big or go home time? Nope, it is not. It is going to go for the Baxia, which got leaked out from the banning phase.
Is this actually the first Baxia that we see in terms of picks? No, it's not.
It's not.
It's the fourth. This is the fourth pick.
Yep.
Okay, I don't remember ever seeing a Baxia through the games that I've casted, and I've casted what? 2 days plus today, 3 days in a row.
3 days in a row.
So that means all the Baxia games were literally just week 1, day 1.
Yeah, I think so. They were experimenting it out, but especially right now, Baxia is just very strong, especially when it comes to your broken walls and also you're expanding rivers as well. That's why you don't see him very much. But Flying Cloud, you're not afraid of the Baxia, right?
I don't think that they are too afraid of that for now, but
I love myself some Arlots.
It moves on to still quite a bit of differences. Arlot can still be a rather flexible hero. Could go Roam, could go XP.
Have you seen Lozy on Arlot?
I am not the only one bound by these
Now that you mention it, no.
Yeah. So definitely, I feel like it's a Jinsanity Arlot.
Yeah.
But right now, for the side of Ignite Gaming, goes for the phobias, goes for the Lunox that Blade knows and that we know and love back in like what Campus Legends. Especially towards this kind of roster from the side of Kingdom Esports, there's a lot of shred that you can do, especially what the Arlot wants to kind of avoid, and this also eliminates out any form of tankiness that Kingdom Esports will want to go for. So maybe you start to see more. Lapu Lapu is already, they've already submitted the EXP later, but oh no, that's exactly what I don't want to see. A Fredrin. Lunox was just shred the Fredrin apart.
I'll still say that Ignite wants to play fast, but not necessarily too fast. I mean, they can be very invasive because of the Baxia in the mix. Having a Lunox as well as that Farsa can, or rather, having a Lunox going up against a Farsa can be relatively equal in terms of lane prio. I think IG just needs someone that can be as fast as well. Can be fast, can wave clear again.
Yep.
Khalid still fits the bill pretty effectively. Got good early base damage from the Desert Sandstorm. Sorry, that's Tornado.
You can see how Kingdom Esports is just afraid of Franco from Hookie.
I would be too.
Hoki, my bad. I keep calling him Hookie for now because it's Franco. Because Kingdom Esports has no answer to the Franco at all since yesterday.
So with Franco gone, Moskov is gone, Granger currently still available. I would like to believe that IG would want to take that Granger away for the final ban. KE likely want to focus fire onto Rapidude, right? Heroes such as the Cho, is Kalia out? Yes. I would say that it's either Cho or it would be a Khalid. But is Khalid really that big of a problem for them? I don't think that.
Welcome to Grok's
But don't forget the Grok as well, right? The Tectonic Charge. Charging down the Farsa is definitely something that Kingdom Esports wants to protect. Make sure that everyone has a great game on this Farsa.
What's the final pick? Or rather, final ban? Granger for sure. I'll say Granger for sure. Both of these two teams doesn't really show too much promise as to what they want to play. Okay, no. KE is very sure. They want to play team fight, front to back.
Oh, this is
Very
a perfect game.
team-fight-oriented.
This is a perfect game for Kingdom Esports to go for a carry, right? You can just shred the Phobias. You can shred the Boxia easily based on your true damage.
I think they will want to see who the gold laner is first before they
Muscle
solidify
of
that.
iron.
Gotta catch out.
Gotta catch out. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
was thinking
Granger
maybe they
can be
could continue to ban away the gold laners, since I already taken away 2 gold laners right there, and one went on the Moskov.
Yeah, so they will give that Granger away. In retrospect, IG
Granger.
can actually go for Irithel. Gives them a priority in the gold lane. It also plays very well into this area denial kind of thing, because explosive arrows kind of forces the opponents to not want to clump up together.
Yep, and also avoids, cuts away the R-Lot, right? Like, you could just kite the R-Lot away.
Experience the youth.
Seems like Rangers
Yep.
will be the selection coming up from Kingdom Esports. I was thinking more on the carry because you could shred the Baxia, but if Grant is so confident and comfortable being the MVP earlier just now in game number 1, 10-0-0, but this time around now your Rhapsody has to deal with your Phobias, your Baxias. It's gonna be a hard wall to punch through.
If the Irithel and the Khalid does pop up from IG, I would like this lineup. They have an answer for the Fredrin, a thick Fredrin. They do have ways to really access into onto the Farsa with their Flicker plus Raging Sandstorm, or perhaps Baxter can just go make his way in. What else will we be looking out for? Yeah, Irithel just...
Oh, Harif and Hellcurt. Double H right off the bat. IG was saving this strat. And remember what I was thinking, right? It's like there's a lot of tankiness in this roster already. They need some form of speed to be able to catch around and walk around the map. Hellcurt fits that exact bill and also provide even more damage.
Okay, this is unorthodox. This is scary, but I don't know where this will go.
Cho will be cut the selection coming out from Lozy as well. This is something that, Lozy loves to play a lot as well. And yeah, and this Cho will be very pivotal, right? To be able to kick away the Hellcat that's encroaching onto the Farsa. Your map exploration will be there, and this all of a sudden it looks a very heavy displacement kind of one-more combo coming out from Kingdom Esports.
Yeah, so now KE, they do have a pretty good combo. They can, of course, kick into the Feathered Airstrike. Very good way to eliminate someone right off the bat. In the meantime, they also have huge AoE control from the R-Lot. Fredrin constantly just goes in for tons and tons of crowd control, which will help that R-Lot to just keep on dashing over and over again.
Zaman Force is definitely going to be very important for the side of Seiji. Loads of magic damage. Most of your main damage dealers are mostly magical damage. So this opens up for Rapidude to literally look for bursts, especially if it catches onto Grand, catches onto FMM, it's just going to get immediately deleted.
Yeah, good point.
Welcome
All
to
of the magic
Mobile
damage, or rather all of the damage dealers are full of magic damage. So at this game, or at this point in time, all that KE needs to do is just build magical defense.
Yeah,
Athena Shield, Radiant Armor.
Yeah, but it opens up for Rapidude to just immediately delete you if you're not careful, especially when the Darkness Fall comes in. And just looking at how Kingdom Esports is operating right here, they're not, I would say not saying they're not affected by the Darkness Falls. They are a little bit affected because once FMA goes into real world, the Feather Airstrike, if you turn off the lights, he doesn't know where to aim.
Fair. This can be a pretty good answer to the Farsa. It can waste some time, waste a couple of shots from the artillery strikes. Oh!
First blood given overside the blade. That's the damage, especially coming out from the mid lane and also Rapidude. This is why, Assassin Roam is something that I'd be kind of hyping for. Blade picking up another kill. Blade is gonna escalate out of control.
Now that is a good start from IG, right? Being able to get 2 kills right out the bat in the middle lane, stopping the Farsa to be able to do too much. But hey, this is Wandering Clouds though, so he would be able to reach into the middle lane fast enough to still be on track with Blade.
Yep. Also, another thing to take note is top side is definitely going to be, hold on a second, Jinsanity finding himself in spot of trouble. Rapid Dude, ooh, nice dodge right here for the side of Jinsanity. Flickers as well, whereas enough time for the side Kingdom Esports to reinforce down bond. Ignite Gaming also following suit just a little bit. The thoughts coming in, the praises rev coming up from Yon, just dissuades everybody from side Ignite Gaming. At the very least, Jinsanity is safe down bot.
Now that is a surprise. I thought that Jinsanity's outplay mechanic or outplay potential would have been able to net Kingdom Esports with a couple of kills or two, just so that they will be able to, you know, equal up the amount of kills that they gave away to Ignite. So unfortunately, nothing happened out of that team fight, which means that Ignite Gaming still have the advantage.
Lozy finds himself getting deleted by the side of Rapitude. FMN looking like he's following suit. Goes into the wing by wings. Utah wrecking havoc onto Yon at the same time, cutting away the pathway all the way to the turtle pit at the same time. Rapitude takes down Jinsanity, and that's a Helker that's escalating.
2 kills for Rapidude as the Hellcut and 2 kills for Blade. That is a horrible start for Kingdom Esports. Is that really that horrible though? Well, technically no.
I mean,
Leading
Helker...
phase, leading phase Kingdom Esports can't really do much.
Helker 2-0-2 in this early game as well. No kills for the side of Kingdom Esports on Lucy. Look at that. He's looking for trouble right there. Kicking Rapidude. Finally, that at the very least, giving that annoying Hellcat a shutdown just a little bit.
Yep, just a freestyle that you need in order to finally wipe someone out of the face of this earth. That's 1 kill for them, but it's not that big of a deal because this is a roamer after all. Or is it?
Well, right now, Rapidude's definitely going to have a lot of gold in him, right? 2 kills and also 2 assists. And yeah, definitely that's going to be very helpful, giving some form of farm back into the pockets of the side of FMM. And now it's about how Kingdom Esports stabilizing this one and how Ignite Gaming, you know, escalate using the stepping stone that Rapidude has fought so hard to provide.
I just find this relatively refreshing, right? This the fact that they have quite a lot of damage dealers and not that much of tank actually just thins out the potential of what Kingdom Esports can pick off. What I meant is that, yes, there are more people that they can kick and there's more people and potential to kill. It's so much easier to kill one person.
Yep.
But this does not solve the problem about eliminating damage dealers, because you eliminate one, there's 3 other damage dealers can do quite a bit of a job against you, right? They don't have that big of an AoE to really deal with everyone else, because it's highly likely that they want to combo the Way of the Dragon into the Feathered Airstrike. That means that at least 2 or 3 of those artillery strikes are used onto one person, which leaves nothing for the other 3 damage dealers.
Yeah, massive wave clear coming up for the mid. Kingdom Esports has to go there and fix the turtle already set up by the side of Ignite Gaming already. They're not really looking at securing these objectives, they're really looking for kills.
With 5 minutes onto the clock in about 10 seconds time, we are, of course, getting ourselves out of the laning phase. The turtle is currently available too, but Yon is at level 7 as compared to Zach. Okay, the both of them are also level 7.
There we go. 1 kick, 1 kill for the side of Kingdom Esports. This is how they will be able to go back in terms of the main priority. Utah trying to make a play right here, but then again gets slashed by the side of Jinsanity, picking up the kill onto Blade. The turtles getting stolen away by the side of Yon as Kingdom Esports collapse against Swords against Ignite Gaming, and Ignite Gaming ultimately getting burned by the Kingdom.
Looks like that pickoff still worked out very well for them. I was just eyeing onto FMN this entire time because it already used that Feather Airstrike just to get a kill onto Rapidude. That means that he went into the fight with only skill 1 and skill 2 to really work with the damage, nothing else, and just full of basic attacks.
FMM getting a lot of the damage coming out from Seiji. Seiji hops into Zelma Force, trying to hopping out of there, but Grant pick up that kill on top.
It is a gold laner for a mid laner. Not a good trade, as Kingdom Esports is slowly stabilizing themselves back into this game. Not too big of a deal anymore for what Ignite Gaming has managed to cement themselves in the laning stage.
Yeah, like all of a sudden Ignite Gaming has got a great start in the early game, but now in the 6-minute mark, you lose your mid lane, and all of a sudden Rapidude couldn't do much as a Hellcat anymore, right? You lose a lot of real estate, and Hellcat relies on a lot more real estate so that he could start hard invading, start coming from awkward angles that to catch FMM off guard.
It's going to be a tough game for Ignite Gaming once again. They have lost that early game momentum that they could actually bring into the later stages, but they do want to focus more on the macro view, right? Finally being able to take down their T1 turret up in the top lane. Bottom lane has already been taken out, so no problem. So the next one that both teams want to look out for is actually the middle lane turrets. Fortunately for Kingdom Esports, they don't need to care too much about actually bringing down the T1 turret because it's already down. Well, Ignite Gaming, they need to. So it's very telegraphic as to what Ignite Gaming wants to do now.
Lozy facing the brunt right here. FMM providing some for the cover, but has to get out of the real Feather Airstrike as well. Nice song coming up from Yon as well as Utah takes to the sky just a little bit. Rapido coming for the assassination on the ground, but will not be able to find it. Yon chasing Rapido all the way down, whereas the main fight happening all the way around the Lord Pit as well. Seiji hopping into the Zaman Force at the same time. FMM couldn't do much, has to wait for the cooldown. Doesn't have the Feather Airstrike as well. Blade picks up Insanity and the double kill as well for the side Ignite Gaming as Kingdom Esports starting to run out of fuel. Just a little bit of Princess Ram. It missed as Utah jumps into the air, zoning it out, but Yon has still got more. The Taunt will be able to find Yalta as well. As Utah hills all the way back up. Seiji picking up a kill onto Yon.
A lot of time has been bought just from Yuta, constantly just going up to the air again and again.
He's dunking onto Kingdom Esports.
Yeah, literal dunks. And there's just no damage that Yon is able to just bring out over to that Phoveus. Good damage all across the board for Ignite Gaming. Complete win in that team fight.
Lozy, okay, that's a pick off. That's definitely worth it for the side of
Super
Kingdom
worth it.
Esports. And granted, perhaps this time around should already pick up a Sky Piercer as well. Any kills is definitely going to go into the pockets for that Sky Piercer stack's going to escalate Kingdom for now.
Yeah, now based on, it's all truly based on how much damage they can realistically be able to apply over to each team fights now, right? Since Kingdom Esports now also do have the control and the priority of the lot, they want fights.
Insanity getting slammed on, FMM sent on the Feather Airstrike as well. The final slash coming up beside Insanity, but the brilliance from Blade will be there, but Grant picks up a double kill already, and as Kingdom Esports sets up stage around the Lord Pit, they secure it for themselves, and Utah jumping in the air, trying to bait and buy time just a little bit more for Seiji to activate the Zaman Force. He zooms around Insanity, but Insanity gets sniped down by Blade, as there's a lot of casualties on both sides. The Lord ultimately secured by the side of Kingdom Esports.
Mega kill in total for Grant already, and they definitely want to pick up a little bit more. But unfortunately, the Brilliance just gets her right out of the FMM and Grant's range. They do have the Lord that will be fighting for them down at the bottom lane. So hopefully be able to get all of the outer turrets down within a jiffy. With $800 gold to the name, perhaps with their Lord advantage, should be able to get them to about 2,000.
Oh, Rapid Dude. I think his time to shine is already gone, right? Like, there's no way for him to basically do anything for the team but to split push and create pressure around the other side of the map. It's all about Ignite Gaming. How Seiji, I think it's the timing for the side of Zaman Force needs to be a little bit quicker to be able to output the damage against Kingdom Esports.
What really worked for Kingdom Esports really just boils down to that pick-off that they know will work well. They just constantly just dive onto that one person that is out of position, and there is no way for Ignite Gaming to retaliate. I think that's the main problem, because Ignite Gaming, they are not really huddling together that tightly enough in order to retrade for what they have lost. Otherwise, it would have been a lot more beneficial for Ignite Gaming to immediately strike back because of the loss of Feather Airstrike. It's already been used to kill one.
Zaman forcing the choke point. Seiji just skirting around. Yon down low. Great health, not enough at the same time. And now Utah gets kicked by the side of Lozy. Another Sky Piercer stack to the gods of Grant as Kingdom Esports demands this victory against Ignite Gaming.
13 is to 11. Kingdom Esports flooding in to the opponent's jungle.
Zach getting smashed on by the side of Lozy. Halt in his tracks. Ignite Gaming's trying to find creative angles, but they got outmaneuvered by the side of the Kingdom.
No way for them to reclaim their lands. But there's still one more minute until the Lord eventually spawns, and that is the point in time where they can get back a little bit more land. Middle lane T2 turret is actually still up and running, so that is still great. Let's catch up onto the in-game equipments for these players.
See Halbert for Grant already.
Yeah, and not to forget, he also does have the Malefic Roar, and of course, as you said, the Sky Piercer being one of the core items, as compared to the Harif that does have got quite a bit, actually. Stallion Scythe, okay, actually it's not that quite a bit. Stallion Iron Scythe and the Feather of Heaven only. Still gonna have to wait out for the next item as he floats around 7,500 gold. That's compared to Grant with close to 9,000. 1.5 thousand gold less. Wait, 1.5 thousand gold less.
Hold on. Zach. Getting dunk on just a little bit. The final slash will be able to catch on to Zach. Grant out for the damage. Another monster kill. Given over side. There's a monster already. Rapid turning off the light just a little bit. Trying to make up havoc all the way in the back line. But Grant is still be able to just shoot persons from the side of Ignite Gaming. One after another. Picks up a triple. Making a maniac. A shutdown. As Seiji, the only one left on the side. Ignite Gaming denies the Savage from Grant.
That's a crazy amount of stacks that will be credited over to Grant just to be able to stack up. So the amount of stacks that they have, okay, that's good for the Sky Piercer. Moving on forward, I think that Ignite Gaming will find themselves in a really tough spot. Initially, it was like 1.5 thousand gold difference between Grant and Seiji. I think that they have accelerated even more.
Yeah. That's the snowball potential of the Grandeur, right? You feed him some kills, you feed him 11 kills. Your Sky Piercer stack, he starts gunning you down one after another. He could rack up the first Savage of MPL Singapore.
I would like to believe he should have 7 kills.
More than that, definitely.
He's got 5, so 6, 5. Okay, should be 5. Should be actually 5 that's credited over to Sky Piercer's stacks as of about 9 minutes into the game. 9 minutes game, he got 5. So from that, 5 kills. So from that point onwards, all of the kills should be credited over to the Sky Piercer, which should be 60.
This gamble coming out from inside Ignite Gaming, right? Rapitude on this Hellcat is not able to find a lot of value. Yes, the value was found in the early game, but the problem is that we pointed out before the start of the match is that Ignite Gaming doesn't really know how to transition towards the later parts of the game where, you know, they've earned so much early game, but then they gave the late game or mid game back into their enemies most of the time.
It's now the Lord spins his trident up to the top lane while there is a creep wave down in the middle. That's a Feathered Airstrike.
Credit Airstrike, just take a look at Blade. Blade cannot even hold the damage, has to limp all the way back to safety. Mid lane, top lane already cracked open by the side of Kingdom Esports. They're successfully just dismantling defensive structures. But it's like Ignite Gaming one after another, and Ignite Gaming is just desperately trying to hold.
I think the lack of card control from Ignite Gaming is definitely biting them in the rear. Unable to stop Kingdom Esports in many ways at all. Longsy just have free reign all across the map against Ignite Gaming and can even slip through the heart of Ignite. This is the rough part.
Yep. Zoning, but okay. Utah flickers forward just a little bit, trying to tag onto somebody from the side of Kingdom Esports. Right now, he's basically the raid boss to buy some time just for Rapidude just coming back. But Grant just kites everybody all the way back. Rapidude misses the stingers as the members on the side of Grant will be able to deal with Rapidude. Down low just a little bit more. Zack and Blade on the chase right here as Grant trying to make a play, trying to defend his own Sky Piercer stack. Pox immortality, but the damage has been done. Ignite Gaming turns around, sacrificing Rapidude for 3.
Finally, a shutdown on the Grant that has a massive amount of kills already clocked into him. All that bounty will go over to Blade, one of the main damage dealers of the team.
They're trying to, I think they may be able to crack this open though.
I mean, they can crack this open, but they can't end the game just yet.
FMM just came up online just in the nick of time. If FMM actually went down the later part, like where Grant is, I think Ignite Gaming could stand a chance to basically inflict even more damage against Kingdom Esports.
Not too sure about how Ignite Gaming can continue on with this onslaught. That is a very good trample from Ignite all the way to Kingdom. They just rush it in, just exactly how this dive comp is supposed to work. They want to keep running and not stop. I guess that is also one of the reasons why they don't have a lot of crowd control because, yeah, just let them run. It's fine. That way, the more they run, the more they split themselves up.
Right now, it's just this Lord Dance, a bit of a scalpel, knife's edge. For the side of Ignite Gaming, I think they do have what it takes, right? They just need Rapid to find those creative angles like just now, but they have to repeat that over and over again. But Yon, starting out fight just a little bit more, will be able to find it. Tawny gets deleted by Blade. A Feather Airstrike for the side of FMM, not good enough. And now all of a sudden, Ignite Gaming has Lord priority.
This is gonna be rough, but there is still a wave that's just rushing all the way down to the bottom. Hey, never mind, they have Rapidude to do all of that. It is going to be 4v4 because Rapidude is just not around the vicinity. Yawn is dead. So there is no way to use Retribution on this Lord.
Utah buying some time just a little bit, keeping Grant a little bit too busy right here. Gets peeled by the side of Lozy as well. He gets dealt with, but the Lord giving over the side of Ignite Gaming, the concealed play, looking for more stragglers from the side of Ignite Gaming if they don't back off. But the timing is a little bit slow. They try to catch on to Seiji. FMN goes into the feather airstrike onto Zach, and Zach down low just a little bit more. Turtles for Boys by Blade coming in for the fight. He gets shut down by the side Kingdom Esports as Rapidude turns it around. We'll be able to find Lozy, the Lord, marching across in the mid lane as Seiji goes into Summon Force, trying to deny the back, but Kingdom Esports, they still have a bit more HP bars to work with, but Ignite Gaming, they're not done yet as they burn Kingdom Esports slowly down to the ground as Yon desperately tries to hold and escape as they try to defend, but the minions from the side Kingdom Esports is marching in, the Lord marching in the mid. It is a base race.
Drinsanity and Yon, they are back into the base. They will deal with this Lord as much as possible.
Down low just a little bit, the flash, the just zooming around, trying to do something, but Yon as well, and Grant is coming back just in the nick of time as Seiji picks up Yon. It is a very massive trade as Ignite Gaming, that's what he's trying to hold. They're going for the core as the comeback from Ignite Gaming, making it to a 1-1.
Damn! What a comeback coming in from Ignite Gaming! Definitely did not expect to see that coming at all. They had so much issues just holding on to their ground. The very fact that Yon lost his life when the Lord was available turned the games around just so much, so much. That's all. And then hope to win afterwards with the numbers advantage. I'm not too sure whether that was actually the right way to go. But regardless, MVP goes over to Blade. He's playing as the Lunox with a total of 10 kills, 3 deaths, and 8 assists.
Yep. Man, Blade played out of his mind earlier just now. I think same could be said over the side of Seiji, right? Like, he's just outputting so much damage, especially when, you know, Ignite Gaming is constantly picking fights at around these choke points where all the damage from the side of Lunox and also Harry will truly shine. Helker coming in for the flank, finding Grant, and if Barca, if the fact that Kingdom Esports got taken advantage of when FMM's feather airstrike is really down, it is just over, right? There's not a lot of damage coming up from Kingdom Esports side of the roster anymore.
And here's the overall stats that we have. It's really unfortunate that KE even lost this game because of that 9 turret takedown. Completely barren wasteland that doesn't feel like it's a problem for Ignite Gaming at all. Rapidu just mostly is the one that's jungling the lanes, but timing-wise, let's be honest here, the timings really worked in favor for Ignite because whenever Kingdom Esports creeps are just marching in very close to the core, just so happen the creep waves appear. Because that is like 11 seconds, 41 seconds in, that kind of stuff, right? And Rapidu don't have a problem just clearing those waves out.
Yeah, and I think it's also, you mentioned Kingdom Esports were literally fighting on Ignite Gaming's side of the map over and over again. And in the early game, yes, Ignite Gaming was able to secure a solid snowball, but then, you know, could it be timing? Or could it be the fact is Rapidu is just create so much havoc in the back line. He's causing Kingdom Esports because ultimately Lozy can only kick one person, right? And the rest of the thing, it's up to Drinsanity to really set up most of the things to find a slash. And well, if Blake can go into the brilliance, if Sage is zapping around, and he does have the Purify, it makes it so much easy for him to just constantly chrono dash around and output the damage against Kingdom Esports.
This is really a pity. This is such a pity. But itemizations, let's take a look at that. We do have got the Molten Essence onto the Baxia. I would like to say that is definitely one way to help them in the mid stages of the game as well. But Seiji's item build, let's look at that. Okay, Wishing Lantern, Divine Glaive, Feather of Heaven. Of course, we also do have got the Holy Crystal and the Stallium Scythe.
Yeah, I was thinking that he might go for the Blood Wings instead.
That's
because he was actually really far behind. But that Holy Crystal gave him so much oomph. And once, if you notice, when he started building the Holy Crystal, that's when Ignite Gaming, the whole narrative shifts in their favor. and they're just able to find good damage against Kingdom Esports. And if Yon missteps just a little bit more, oversteps just a little bit, and because if Grant is just too busy to deal with Rapidude, Lozy is able to, you know, kick somebody away. Yon is just left in no man's land. Blade and Sage could just instantly melt him away. You saw in that, I think that was the last Lord fight, right? When Yon just disappears from the map.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this pickup of the Fredrin. I don't like it. Picking that into a Lunox is number one, and number two, putting Yon onto a Fredrin. I think that he's much preferred. He is definitely much preferred to be the assassin player of the team, someone that can actually pick up fights properly, right? To have him to tank